Alright, what's up you guys? I'm here with the Bret Hart WWE DVD collection review. And Bret Hart's one of my top 10 favorite wrestlers of all time. And this is a review that I've been wanting to do for a while. I am going to include the Greatest Rivalry set. Probably my second favorite DVD of all time, honestly. Love that set. But let's start out with Bret the Hitman Hart. The best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be. There is also the Heart and Soul Family Anthology. Maybe I'll go through that one at the end. It's not really 100% related to him. It's more about the Hart family as a whole. So, I'm just really focusing on Bret Hart exclusives. But this one is signed by Bret Hart himself, which is really, really cool. You have his, return after an absence. And this kind of coincided with his Hall of Fame induction. Still my favorite Hall of Fame speech. Just awesome. But this has a 9-hour runtime. And this is your documentary and match compilation set. This is some really good stuff. As you can see, we have an insert. And we just have, a lot of artwork here. Like little paragraphs and articles. Really cool idea. But, if you are a fan of documentaries, this one is definitely for you. It talks about his early years. It talks about Stampede Wrestling. Going to WWE. Intercontinental title. WWE title. And, of course, it's going to go over the Montreal Screwjob in great detail. And also, a DVD I don't have, but I'm a huge fan of Wrestling with Shadows, the documentary. That's my favorite wrestling documentary ever. I've seen it so many times. I think it's on YouTube, so definitely go find that one. But, this one covers Montreal Screwjob, but, not in the best detail, but it's, it talks about the aftermath, and it really was a good segue into bringing him back. You have some Bret Hart interview moments, tribute videos. We actually have a Owen Hart, kind of Owen Hart, tribute to Bret Hart's wrestling colleagues who have passed away. So you have some Bret Hart there, and you have a Dean Hart tribute video too. And then we have a few matches here. We have Hart Foundation versus British Bulldogs versus the Killer Bees. And then you have SummerSlam 92 versus British Bulldog. Bam Bam Bigelow. You have Owen Hart, WrestleMania 10. Mr. Perfect. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. Ted DiBiase. And just some great stuff. You have another Owen Hart one. Versus Diesel. Versus Stone Cold, WrestleMania 13. In my opinion, the greatest match of all time. And then you finally have versus Chris Benoit. Owen Hart tribute match, WCW. So this is one of the best DVDs ever released, for obvious reasons. So definitely pick this one up if you have not already. Alright, next up, I'm just going to go with the Dungeon Collection. This is an awesome set. I love it. 3 discs. And this was released in, let's see, 2013. And we do have a 7-hour runtime. My bad. There is a Blu-ray of this out there as well. I'm used to saying 9-hour runtime, but it's a 2013 release, so we're not going to get that. But check this out. We have awesome artwork. It really is. Like, check it out. That is awesome. I just really love this set. It really is just awesome. Alright, so basically what this is a lot of unreleased matches. And, of course, the Wrestling Dungeon. Nice, cool title. But we have Bret Hart versus Dynamite Kid, 2 out of 3 falls. Versus Leo Burke. You have another Dynamite Kid. You have Andre the Giant match. That's pretty cool. And then, Mr. Perfect. What's a Bret Hart DVD without a match with Mr. Perfect? Alright. You have the Hart Foundation and the Twin Towers versus Tiger Mask 2 versus Ric Flair versus Undertaker, Bam Bam Bigelow. You have more Owen Hart here, some Diesel, and Stone Cold Steve Austin, of course, Triple H, Booker T, and then Sting at Mayhem in his WCW days. But, you know, it would be cool. It would be cool to get another unreleased set. You know, they're doing all these unreleased sets. But, you know, if not, then this is good enough. It really is. Phenomenal set. I don't think Bret Hart's ever had a bad DVD, honestly. And I'll show you Heart and Soul real quick if you haven't seen it. You know, it's definitely worth including. The Hart Family Anthology, Heart and Soul, 3-disc set. You know, you have Bret Hart, Owen, Hart Foundation, you have Brian Pillman in there, Jim Neidhart. And this does have a 9-hour runtime. And basically what it is you get the Maple Leaf, good old Canada. And you have an insert. And basically what it is, you have the main program, which goes through the whole family and everything. Really cool stuff. Their origins. And look at all these special features. Really cool stuff. And you do have a bunch of matches here. You have a lot of Stampede Wrestling, which is awesome. I used to love Stampede Wrestling. I wish they have actually included more on it, honestly. But, you know, you have Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Hart Foundation. You know, you can pause it if you want to read all the matches here. That's really bright. So, yeah. You know, a lot of previously released stuff, but it's still really cool to have. And you even have the steel cage match with Bret and Owen there, which is really nice. Alright, so that's not getting back in there. I'll fix it later. Next up, we have the Greatest Rivalries, Shawn Michaels versus Bret Hart. This is one of my all-time favorite DVDs. Probably second favorite. I also do have it on Blu-ray. The only difference is they include the Montreal Screwjob Survivor Series 97 match, which they actually didn't include on here. Believe it or not, it is not on the DVD. If you want that, get the Blu-ray. Yeah, that's a good way to get you to get the Blu-ray. So that's really my only criticism for the DVD. But we do have a 9-hour runtime. And what this is feels like a shoot interview with Shawn and Bret. You know, it's one of the greatest rivalries in wrestling. And you have, you know, really cool artwork there. You have this Sweet Chin Music, Sharpshooter, WrestleMania 12, and Suck It on the Canadian flag. But disc 1, you have, it's 3 of the greatest wrestling minds ever. You have JR, Jim Ross, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels sitting down together, just having a conversation, going through the timeline of their rivalry. And you have a ton of matches on here with the Rockers versus the Hart Foundation. You know, you have the ladder match in 92, which actually came before WrestleMania 10. A lot of people don't know that. WrestleMania 10 was not the first WWE ladder match. They actually had Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels do a ladder match to kind of test it out. You know, kind of test the waters, because they're not the first promotion to do it, but they really stylized it and made it more theatrical, I guess you could say. But we have a ton of Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels matches on here. You have Survivor Series 92. You have a steel cage match. WrestleMania 12, of course. And you actually have Bret Hart returns to Raw. You have Bret Hart's induction, as well as Shawn Michaels. So, you know, really cool stuff. And if you want the Blu-ray, that'll get you Survivor Series 97, Montreal Screwjob. So, let me know what you guys thought of this collection. You know, I love Bret Hart. I really do. So, this has been the DVD Freak. Peace out.